Federal cuts continue to wreak havoc on nonprofits, but with recent cuts from the USDA, it'll affect your kids now. News Watch 12's Rocky Walker is joining us live to share how USDA budget cuts can make your children's lunches less healthy. Rocky.
Haley, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, they cut two federal programs that provide about $1 billion to schools and food banks to buy local produce. I spoke with a local nonprofit that says that this won't just negatively impact your child's health, it'll also impact our economy.
It's just a sinking feeling.
The USDA cut $660 million in funding for the Local Food for Schools program. Rogue Valley Farm to School works as a liaison between schools and local farms, and they say these cuts will affect local health and the economy.
Schools will not be able to purchase as much local foods and incorporate as many fresh, nutrient-dense foods into these meals. And one of the most immediate ripple effects is that the farmers also will not be receiving this money.
To the region, $500,000 in funds were lost, with Kristen Pugh saying,
those that they serve are the ones that are least served in our community.
17% of kids in the region are food insecure, Pugh says, and she worries for a cut to what could be their only fresh, produce-rich meal in the day.
It also leaves a lot of kids without the opportunity to know where their food comes from and to become nutritionally literate at a young age, which really can affect their eating patterns and their long-term health for the rest of their lives.
Alongside that funding being cut, grants that make up more than 10% of the group's budget have been revoked, affecting their ability to host the more than 100 local field trips they do a year, help local schools grow community gardens, and it completely eliminates a program to help process local foods to easier incorporate them into school cafeterias. And this takes away their confidence in future funding streams.
We have multiple contingency plans, and we're trying to retain as many employees and as many programs as we can, but there definitely will be some cuts that will have to happen next year.
Now, Rogue Valley Farm to Schools, they're actually pushing back against further cuts, and they're asking the community's help. They're asking you to submit a testimony on their website if you and your children have benefited from one of their programs. They're going to use that testimony when they go to the state to plead for them to stop cutting of their budget moving forward. Reporting live in Gold Hill in front of one of their community gardens, I'm Rocky Walker.